In Battleground 2024, this is turning out to be the key subject of the moment. The Bharatiya Janata Party today, having declared Dinesh Pratap Singh as its candidate from the Raebareli seat for the Lok Sabha election this time, and the sitting MP Smriti Irani has already been fielded from the Amethi constituency. But the Congress on its part, this party has yet to decide its candidates, with that Amethi nomination closing on Friday. That's tomorrow, the 3rd of May. The question lingers, is Rahul Gandhi going to challenge Smriti Irani or not? Or is this all about the Congress's nervousness when it comes to the Hindi heartland? Let's get perspective. Political commentators Neerja Choudhary joining us with Sanjeev Srivastava. But Sanjeev Srivastava, coming to you first. Why has it been so difficult, Sanjeev, for the Congress to arrive at this decision on firming up a candidate to fight the elections from a seat that has long been its stronghold? Why such a delay?
See, I think largely one reason was that till the 26th, till the Wayanad election was well behind them, Rahul Gandhi could not have said that he's contesting another seat, because that would have opened a Pandora box in Wayanad, that whether then he'll stay here or go to Amethi if he wins both. So all sorts of discussions would have started. And now I think I actually personally see no problem in them not declaring candidate. Tomorrow is the last day of the nomination. And we should have a candidate from Amethi and Raebareli before the nomination time ends. And so they have managed to build up what you and so many others, and they also have a valid point of view, describe as nervousness. I would say Congress is hogging free publicity. A sense of anticipation is being built up, a suspense, whether he will he not, will they come, will the brother, sister. So how much of time space they are getting in all the mainstream television channels and media, which otherwise, very honestly, they don't. So I think it's a good strategy. And in any case, by tomorrow, latest, the suspense has to be over. And of course, there are both pros and cons of fighting or not fighting, contesting or not contesting. But in my opinion, for whatever it is worth, they should stick their neck out and contest, because win or lose, right now, if they don't contest from Amethi, the message...
But are you suggesting that they may decide not to contest, Sanjeev? Are you even suggesting that that's an option for them, not to contest?
Well, if you think it is not an option, then why are you saying it is a sense of nervousness? So, see, it's a double-edged thing. We can endlessly argue both sides of the argument. But I think they will contest, and it has been a good point to kind of have this up. Are coming or not? What is happening? Why are they not? So they are just getting so much free play out of this in the run-up.
So
had they filed their papers on 29th or 30th, we would have stopped talking about it.
All right. So in case, if we go with the theory that this is a strategy, how is this strategy going to play on the mind of the electorate, you think? Not just in Amethi, but across the country, considering the fact that Uttar Pradesh plays such a pivotal role in determining who comes to power at the centre. So even if this is a strategy to shrink that face-off phase even between the Congress candidate and BJP Smriti Irani, do you think it would work with the electorate?
I think, frankly, in my opinion, I think Rahul Gandhi has no choice. He has to contest. He should contest. Otherwise, he'll be seen as somebody who is running away from a battle. I think it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses, because the results will only come on 4th of June. But there are 4 phases of elections remaining. And if he really wants to send out a message that the opposition is serious, Congress is serious, really wanting to take the battle to the enemy camp, they should fight. Win or lose, we'll know on the 4th. And either way, if they lose, that means they're losing all over the country. How does it matter if one more seat is lost? And if they... But it's important to send a message to alliance partners, to their workers, to the cadre, to the electorate, that he is not running away from Hindi heartland. After all, therein lies the key to who will be in power post on 4th of June.
You seem to be convinced, Sanjeev, that in case the Congress has a loss, and if Rahul Gandhi in particular loses the Amethi constituency, that's if he decides to contest it in the first place, then of course they are on a losing spree. Is that the larger takeaway, that if Amethi is lost, then almost everything is lost for the Congress?
But Amethi was lost in 2019 only. What is so great of losing it again in 2024? I think it's so much of hype and this thing. And in any case, whatever will happen, win or lose, will only be known on 4th of June. By then the battle would have been either won or lost either way. So what is important is that for these 4 phases, you need to be seen as somebody who is fighting, trying to defend his home turf, family, jewel, or whatever. So from my limited understanding of politics, I really see there is no option. But a lot of people are arguing like what you just said. And a lot of seasoned political observers are saying he shouldn't contest. What if he loses? And even if he wins, if he leaves Wayanad, then it will be a problem. And he cannot leave Amethi. All those things are immaterial right now. All those things are post 4th June. Right now, the battle is till 4th June, till the 1st of May, 1st of June, the last phase of poll. And for that to send the right message, he has to contest.
Though Priyanka Gandhi's name is being bandied about, Sanjeev, as a potential candidate to fight from the other Congress stronghold, Raebareli, the seat that was the saving grace for the Congress in UP in 2019 as well, how do you rate the chances that she may be actually picked to fight from Amethi amidst all the fuss created around her husband, Robert Vadra's candidature from the Amethi seat as well?
That's a complete red herring. I don't think Robert Vadra will be a candidate from either Amethi or Raebareli, or for that matter, anywhere else. He's keen to contest, we know, and that's fine. Everybody is entitled to feel strongly about their own candidature. But I don't think he's going to get the party nomination. As far as Priyanka contesting for Raebareli, I think it will become a very interesting contest. She has been there nursing Raebareli constituency for last about 5 elections from late 1990s when Sonia Gandhi first contested from there. So she knows the place. Dinesh Pratap Singh, the BJP candidate, is somebody who was defeated by Sonia Gandhi last time. But every election is a new election. I think it will be a tough election. But it's very difficult to guess the outcome of an election. What I am saying is that if you are doing politics in India, if you project and you have been a son of soil of Uttar Pradesh, your entire family, how can you just chicken out? You just have to go and fight.
Well, let's get Neerja Choudhary's perspective on this as well. She's joining us on India Tonight. Neerja, good to have you with us. Now, Sanjeev is very strongly of the opinion that this could be a strategy of the Congress so that, they are getting this kind of coverage in the media, which otherwise they may not have gotten. But ultimately, it's very important for Rahul Gandhi to fight that seat of Amethi, something that he thinks is an imperative. What do you think?
Absolutely. If Priyanka and Rahul fight from Raebareli and Amethi, it will not only have an impact, whether or not they'll win or not, lose, win, that's immaterial. It will have an impact on the Congress prospects in Uttar Pradesh, which is critical for them if the party has to revive in the future. But if they give up and don't fight, it's a very bad message going out as far as the Congress party is concerned in Uttar Pradesh, nationally, about the Gandhi family's authority, about its leadership. And let me say one more thing. I've just come from an India event. It will demoralize India Alliance leaders and their campaign. So it is not only about Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra Gandhi, it is also about the Congress party's fortunes, Uttar Pradesh, and also the India Alliance's campaign for the rest of the phases.
Like you mentioned, this sounds very crucial. For the Congress itself, it's crucial. Also for the India bloc to have a member of the Gandhi family, though, to fight from the Amethi seat. How crucial is it? You did mention that it is something that the Gandhi family should do. But is it really imperative for the India bloc to have a member of the Gandhi family fight that seat from Amethi?
Look, if they had to get somebody else to fight from Amethi, they should have got their act together 3 years ago and let the person prepare. So far, we've been told, they have not announced a candidate because of Wayanad election being held on 26th. And the idea was that Rahul Gandhi was positively inclined. That's what we heard. There was an enormous pressure on both the siblings to contest from the 2 seats from UP, and that it was likely to happen. And therefore, Rahul Gandhi did not want to send mixed signals to the people of Wayanad that if he contested from Amethi, he might give up on Wayanad. That is all understandable. That's politics, that's tactics. But if he did not intend to stand, and nobody else was prepared to stand from those very, very important constituencies which have been associated with the Nehru-Gandhi family, and this is not about dynasty alone. This is about the Congress party. Then those people who are meant to fight or are expected to fight should not just be given 3 days and only hours left for the nomination to be over. It's patently unfair.
Sanjeev, to take you up on that point, does the Congress hold a chance to nip the Parivarvad debate by not fielding a Gandhi in the Amethi seat? Sanjeev, that's for you.
Okay. See, I don't buy in any case all this Parivarvad conversation. It has been a family pocket borough. They have won there from Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Firoz Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi. Everybody has contested from these seats. So what is so Parivarvad about it? We like it or leave it. The only point I think both me and Neerja are trying to make is that it's imperative for them to contest, not just for themselves, for their reputations, but for the opposition alliance morale, for the morale of the party worker, for the cadre. If they run away, they'll be seen as somebody who are just abdicating their responsibility and just chickening out of a battle. So I don't think a win or loss is so crucial here. Nothing will happen if he loses or they lose. How does it matter? But if they don't contest, it is worse than losing.
I don't think is going to be an option because now we are upon that date. The deadline is tomorrow. They will have to announce a candidate, and if there is, well, whatever the outcome is, their decision on who to field from Amethi, who to field from Raebareli, it's going to be an important piece from this election's perspective. Thanks very much, Sanjeev Srivastava and Neerja, for joining us with your perspective on India Tonight. Appreciate you joining us. Meanwhile, we are in the thick of election season, and now with the third phase of polling less than 2 weeks away, all the major parties putting in all that they have in their campaigning. So here at Times Network, we've gone on the campaign trail. We've been speaking to union ministers like Home Minister Amit Shah, the Railway Minister Piyush Goyal as well, and we had a chance to catch up with Congress MP Shashi Tharoor too. So here's a special report, and of course, after we get you these discussions that we've had with some of the leading luminaries in the general elections this time, my co-anchor, Sumita Karir, is going to take things ahead on this edition of India Tonight. But let's listen in to some of the leading lights when you talk about the general elections this time and what they have to say.
रायबरेली जिला की हमारी पार्टी उसने निर्णय किया कि उनका कैंडिडेट घोषित होने के बाद हमारा कैंडिडेट घोषित करेंगे। हमारी पैनल बन चुकी, हम कंफ्यूज नहीं है। हमारे पास 3 ऑप्शन है, जैसे ही उनकी सीट घोषित होती हम कर देंगे।
लेकिन अमेठी और रायबरेली पे कांग्रेस इतनी देर क्यों लगा रही है? इसका कोई अनुमान आपके पास?
हारने के लिए तैयार हो ऐसा प्रत्याशी ढूंढ रहे। जहां पर भी जाते हैं हमसे 2 कदम आगे जनता दिखाई पड़ती। एक प्रकार से ये वास्तविक लक्ष्य है और निश्चित रूप से सिद्ध होगा।
400 के टारगेट के सामने विपक्ष कहता है, चाहे आप राहुल गांधी ले लें, चाहे आप ममता बनर्जी, 150 से 200 की सीट की टारगेट बताते हैं कि इससे ज्यादा आप बढ़ नहीं पाएंगे। कभी इसका प्रेशर चुनाव के दौरान होता है?
जो लोग जमीनी हकीकत में जीते हैं, जमीन को जानते हैं, वो लक्ष्य भी ऐसा तय करते हैं जो सिद्ध हो सके, इसलिए प्रेशर में आने का क्वेश्चन डज नॉट अराइज। देखिए, जेडीएस और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के गठबंधन को पूरे कर्नाटक के अंदर बहुत अच्छा प्रतिसाद मिल रहा है और मुझे लगता है हम गत चुनाव की तरह ही कर्नाटक को ऑलमोस्ट स्वीप करेंगे।
लोगों का कहना है पिछली बार 28 सीटों में से लगभग सारी सीटें आपकी आई थी। असेंबली के चुनाव हारने के बाद इस बार खामियाजा भुगतना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद जेडीएस के साथ आपको अलायंस क्या भारी पड़ेगी?
देखिए, गत चुनाव में भी पहले हम असेंबली इलेक्शन हारे थे, बाद में कंप्लीट स्वीप कर गए थे। यहाँ चुनाव मोदी जी के लिए है, देश का प्रधानमंत्री चुनने के लिए है, और कर्नाटक में राहुल वर्सेस नरेंद्र मोदी का चुनाव है, जिसमें कर्नाटक की जनता की पसंद बहुत साफ है। नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ कर्नाटक की जनता है। उत्तर, दक्षिण, मध्य सब और हैदराबाद, कर्नाटक में सभी जगह नरेंद्र मोदी जी की लहर। When both Prime Minister Modi and Devendra Fadnavis ran double-engine government in Center and Maharashtra, look at the amount of infra projects that have started all across the city. You can see metros coming up, coastal road coming up, the Trans-Harbour link has already been built, railway expansion is going on. All roads are being cement concreted. See the road? Now there will be no problem in the monsoon. Similarly, for decades, we have been waiting for the drainage to be treated before being put into the sea. Finally, that is happening. All in all, Mumbai has seen a wave of development, except when Uddhav Thackeray was chief minister, he stalled all the projects. And therefore the people of Maharashtra were extremely unhappy. Now that the real shift and our leadership has emerged and is with us, and Manya Eknath Shinde is the chief minister, all these projects have started again.
You have handled very important portfolios as a minister. I will come one by one. First, regarding consumer affairs. Now, this is something which has been in the news for different reasons. What are the steps as a government as a whole which are going to be taken, and why I am asking this question? Because you would have heard of food regulators inspection, you would have heard of global things, which is taking steps considering the standards which are set by India. So how consumers should look forward for the next Modi government?
There are two aspects of the question. One is prices and one is quality. In terms of prices, the Prime Minister has ensured that we have the lowest inflation in the last 10 years. And there's been a decadal low of inflation.
In terms of actions, see, monetary actions RBI will take, but government actions, how will fiscal support can be given?
I've already told you, this government has been successful in ensuring the lowest ever inflation in India's history. We are the first government who mandated RBI that inflation management will be their primary focus. Before that, no other government.
Regarding one Nestle issue, the sugar content in Nestle, another instances of food regulator inspecting few of the companies. Now I'm saying, there is a need for fresh regulation in our standards as well, or they will be done?
To evolve standards, there will be a massive focus on quality. Last 10 years, the government has brought down the number of quality control orders.
I want to ask you whether the Congress party has failed to communicate properly what they mean by a socio-economic survey in their manifesto and what it aims to do. I mean, a great Krantikari bite, great for television, but just look what it ends up doing. I mean, the Prime Minister has hit a full toss on it.
No. Let me explain to you exactly what was intended and what Rahul Gandhi said as well, which is that, as long as our government, state and central, are giving and not giving certain benefits to people on the basis of their caste affiliation, we may as well know what caste people are claiming allegiance to, number one. Number two, not just enough to know the numbers, we should know what their economic status is like. For example, if you actually have a socio-economic census, you will know what caste people belong to and what they're earning and what their assets are. And if it turns out, for example, there is a correlation between, say, Dalits and extreme poverty, then you need to have targeted policies to benefit the Dalits. There's no talk at all about actually taking money away from anyone else. And if it turns out that the Dalits are hugely rich, there's still good arguments for them to get a reservation because they've suffered 3,000 years of discrimination, right? So it's not that there is an automatic policy that's going to follow from discovering what you are and how much you have. But the expression X-ray that Rahul Gandhi used was to say, look, we need to know what the real picture is. Just as you take an X-ray to find out what really is there inside you, let's see what there really is inside our country. Not inside your home or inside your cupboard, inside our country. It's a macro picture we're talking about. And the Prime Minister suggesting there's going to be some raid on people's things. Look, the same Prime Minister has said this party has been ruling for so many years, has done nothing. This is one of the things we haven't done. Okay, we've done a lot of good things that he's not given us credit for. We don't want credit for something we've never done. We've never raided people's homes and taken away their money. And we had no plans to do that now either.
Then how do you explain a senior leader from your party, you know him well, Manish Tiwari, he's your candidate from Chandigarh, tweeting this. I'm going to quote him so that no one can accuse me of misquoting people. We will not allow 1% people to hold 77% of India's wealth. जब पैसा बटे एक समान, तभी होगा भारत महान. This has come today.
Well, look, as far as I'm concerned, Manish can explain his own thinking better than anybody else can, so you can ask him. From my point of view, I think it is merely talking about fairness in our society. And that would involve a whole range of economic policies, which instead of giving benefits to a small coterie, might give benefits to a larger number of people. That's essentially the common sense approach. Congress is a pretty big tent, right? So there are various schools of economic thought within it. I can say that having served in the Manifesto Committee under Mr. Chidambaram, who has shown us his economic approaches as finance minister on 2 different occasions, in the 90s as well as in UPA, I can tell you that as far as the Congress party is concerned, many of us have strong faith in ourselves as the party of liberalization. We want the economy to grow, but we want the revenues that accrue to the government from a growth in the economy to be distributed to those who are marginalized, oppressed, and below the poverty line. There's nothing wrong with that. That's social justice. The important thing to recognize is that we are not doing anything to stifle economic growth or the business community. We are the ones who made it possible in the first place under Dr. Manmohan Singh's finance ministry in 1991, and subsequently reaffirmed that under Dr. Manmohan Singh's prime ministership from 2004 to 14. So to suddenly make us out to be some sort of communist Marxist government, which we've never been, is simply not fair.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.